Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and I'm going to be looking at a brand new game that just released today, at least the day that I am recording this, it released. And that is Wayward, Terran Frontier, Zero Falls. And that's a pretty wordy title, so I'll just refer to it as Zero Falls or WTF Zero Falls, as that is the acronym for Wayward, Terran Frontier, probably purposefully. So, in any case, this game is an early access game, so we're probably going to expect some rough edges, some bugs and crashes, as well as some incomplete content. Now, this is a first impression video coming from me. I have not played the game at all outside of just poking around a little bit to see how I need to set things up for recording. I haven't really tested the audio yet, so I apologize if the game's a little loud when we get into it. In any case, let's go ahead and jump into things with a new game. And from what I saw of it, it is a tutorial to start off with. Dear Diary, clone number 7 activation attempt in progress. Special note, this one looks even dumber than the last. We'll test self-esteem and listening skills before recycling. I note that the number has actually gone up. I did a couple play sessions, I guess, initially, just to make sure things were working. And I think the last time I paid attention, it said 6. So I wonder if it actually goes up in number every time you start a new game. All right, so we have a multiple choice selection here, and I'm going to say I'm inclined towards not being recycled. Oh, excellent. Well, as much as I would love to turn you into algae for fertilizer, I simply haven't got time. We've reached our destination, and I'm really anxious to get back to not talking to you. Alright, why don't I remember anything? Because you're just a clone that I created to do my bidding. Your mother is a series of tubes behind that wall over there. Sorry, I can't give you a hug on account of I'm a computer program. We've been in deep space for 100 years. A few hundred years, I apologize. There are a whole lot of guys who want to shoot us, and we need a planet to land on. A few hundred years? Unfortunately, the only habitable planet in this system is guarded by a bunch of jerks and big deadly warships whose job is to prevent us from landing. And you expect me to do something about that? I would be happy to land on some barren, lifeless rock, or maybe some flaming, molten death trap of a planet, but since your body can't handle breathing molten metal, I figure our only chance is a bit of creative, exploratory violence. You seem capable of violence. Also, at some point, one of us will have to talk to a human without anyone realizing you're actually a hyper-intelligent computer. It's probably the only thing you can do better than me. I'm about 70% certain of this. Wait, why do you need to land on a planet? I'm going to be perfectly honest here. I don't need to. I want to. You're the one who is going to need to land on a planet, unless you want to spend the rest of your life on a space station eating food made from your recycled siblings. I have a space station? Oh yeah, I found us a really neat one. It has a matter reclaimer and a ship fabricator and a fancy system for making copies of you. It used to be a terraforming supply base, but it has long since been abandoned. Copies of me, like if I die? Oh yeah, I suspect you'll die a lot. I'm already preparing the systems because I honestly don't trust you to survive performing even the most basic of tasks. So let's teach you how to operate a spaceship. Alright? I'm going to say I've got nothing better to do. Your first task will be going to the bridge. Just walk towards the front of the ship until you see some pretty lights that look like ship controls you can activate. Okay. Alright, so from what I gathered about this game, from what little I've read on it, this is a open world space sim, more or less. And it looks like my little character is here, and I'm controlling them with WASD, it looks like. So, front of the ship is probably up towards the top. Pretty large ship. And I believe there is shipbuilding and ship customization in the game as well. But again, First impressions, I really don't know what all the game has to offer. Does look like we have a handgun down in the lower right, so we do have some means to defend ourselves. And I also see up in the upper right maybe some resources. So we have energy and mass, whatever those are, as well as research. Let's see if that's stuff we can click on. Not that I can tell, at least it's not highlighting it, but I'm not going to mess with it too much. We do have an inventory, which we select with E, it looks like. And it looks like outside of a handgun and a jacket, I don't have much else. I don't even have a pair of pants. All right, let's move on. So if these are bunks, that makes me think that we can... Oh, it's cargo. Never mind. Look like bunk beds to me, but they must just be cargo holds. Maybe these are dorms here. Because that kind of looks like a bed. All right, so a number of crew quarters, so possibly options to have more crew in the future. All right, so this looks like the control area here. So F, use navigation console. So I'm going to assume that's what we need to do. Good, you found the bridge. Now, don't just wildly press buttons. We've taken a lot of damage over the many years in deep space, not to mention those nice fellows that shot at us for no good reason. All right. I want you to try rotating the ship by pressing the A and D keys. All right, so more or less like moving our character. Except mostly this is rotation rather than directional moving. Okay. I did that. I guess we have to rotate a specific amount. All right, there you go. You can also select a heading by holding down mouse button 1. In this mode, A and D will accelerate the ship laterally. Don't expect much. The ship is old and old heavy piece of junk. Try that now. I don't know if that's the best grammar there, but okay. All right, so left click makes us go somewhere. Assuming. Oh, I have to hold it in. I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to be doing. But it said holding in the left mouse button. Huh. Let's see what this says. Try aiming and strafing the ship by pressing A and D while holding down left mouse button. Okay. Not sure if I did that correctly, but okay. Next, I'd like you to try both the reverse thrusters and main engines. And be careful, this is the only ship we have. I don't want you flying into an asteroid or something stupid and ruining flight training. All right. So, let's just try that strafing again, because I don't know if I did it the best. Maybe if you... Huh. It could possibly be not allowing me to do that right now. All right, so we've got forward thrust. And, ooh, that's a not great looking sign. Is that the rear thrust and what it looks like? Because that's what I'm holding in right now. Why is it smoking like that? Okay. Ow! Why did we blow up? Did you just blow up my ship? Alright, I was wondering what that noise was. Oh, this is great. Interesting bit of trivia here. I've used those engines and maintained those reactors without incident for 207 years, 65 days, 9 hours, and 14 minutes. You managed to break the entire ship in under 10 seconds. I only did what you told me. Well, this concludes our training in how to ruin everything. You pressed most of the buttons, so I'm giving you an A for effort. Good job. Alright, I feel like I learned nothing, because I honestly didn't, and that's also a typing error here. So again, rough edges I'm going to expect to see. I'm glad you enjoyed the course. There's only one more lesson for today. How to die a horrible, painful death alone in space with a robot that hates you. This course is a freeform activity. Feel free to jump out the nearest hull breach or simply wait and suffocate. Wait, so the plan is for me to die? Alright. Feel remorse for ruining everything. Okay, so we still have side thrusters, so I can rotate. But I can't move any other direction. F then? Oh, okay. Just me allowing the, letting all the oxygen out. I'm gonna assume red means no oxygen. Oh, fine, I'm gonna throw myself out the nearest, nearest breach, because that's what it told me to do. Hey, look at that, it worked. Okay. I'm not dead, where am I? You're on the station I found. It was able to fix one of those cloning vats and synchronize it before you blew yourself up. There are about 6 of them here, and I had to take parts from most of them just to get one working. Okay. So I'm immortal? I know, isn't technology great? Let's say that one. That's more interesting. Sure, except why do I remember the horrible pain of dying? This station will serve as our base of operations. It was a terraforming supply depot back when they were trying to terraform planets in the system. Well, I don't have a ship now, though. Okay, yeah, let's just talk about what you want to talk about. Terraforming is a huge operation that needs lots of logistics, so the most efficient way is to make your supplies and system at a station like this one. Okay. So that means we can refine ore and materials into pure energy, store the energy, and use mass conversion to create new stuff. We can make whatever we want so long as we have designs and energy for it. So why is the place empty? They put everything on hold and abandoned operations when they found out the system was flooded with violent alien monsters. They kind of left in a hurry. Okay. Why couldn't they take the station with them, though? I guess it's a space station and it can't move, maybe? I don't know. Terraforming was partially complete, so they posted a heavy guard around the one finished planet where their orbital facilities were mostly left abandoned. Not sure if that answered the question or not. Also, lots of them were eaten, so great news for us, right? Okay, I'll just say, that's horrible. Being eaten? Maybe, I suppose. You will probably get to find out firsthand. So far, my first impression of this game is that there are a lot of grammar and typing errors, like, for instance, not capitalizing the first letter of a sentence, things like that. Alright, so moving on, let's talk about why the station sucks for a bit. You tell me, why does the station suck? Well, the original inhabitants rarely found occasion to commit heinous acts of murderous violence and piracy, so the station's databanks can't produce any ships that will be useful for our purposes. So no ships with guns then. Exactly. So here's what you're going to do. Wander over to the logistics room, and we're going to go outside and salvage a ship with some guns on it. Is this going to be another test of your making me die system? I haven't decided yet. Can't wait to find out. Alright, so what are we doing? logistics, and activate it. All right. So that looks like this room right nearby. All right. This is the logistics room. It is essentially the command and control room for this station's core operations. All right. Neat. Miners and terraforming crews would come here to have their ships repaired or refitted using the station's matter furnace and various nano lathing facilities. But all I want you to do is build us a small shuttle without causing an explosion that splits the station in half. Do you think you can manage that? Alright, I'm gonna push this button so hard! Hold on, I need you to make sure you are prepared for what will come next. It's extremely important. What's so hard about pushing a button? Afterwards, you are going to have to press a second button. I can't imagine it will be simple for you. Select. It's like saying, hey, I select this ship. Look, okay, now that I think about it, I'm sure you can figure it out. You just go ahead and try. Alright. I can really tell why you need to clone a genius like myself. Alright, so spawn ship, I guess, is what we need to do. Alright, so we have the default. Can't really move anything around. It looks like we can name it, so we'll call it A1 Steak Sauce. Hopefully we can squeeze that in there. Yeah, there we go. A1 Steak Sauce. Alright. Alright, your ship is ready. Now we can use it to fly out and salvage a real ship. Conveniently, there is one nearby. I'll fill you in on details once you reach your new ship. How do I get to the ship? If you walk southeast, you'll find an airlock. You'll know it's the right one when you walk through it without getting sucked into the vacuum of space and dying. Okay. Alright, so I guess I hit F to go back. So far, so good. Kind of figuring out the mechanics here. Let's check out our inventory, see if it's changed. Looks like about the same, except I don't have the captain's jacket anymore. I just have a shirt. Still no pants. Alright, so it was what? Southeast, he said? Or it said? And activate airlock. Alright, looks like we're on our A1 Steak Sauce ship. Alright, so this is the navigation console. Outside of that, we have a cargo hold and probably just living quarters, and we can't go onto the rest of the ship. So I'm going to assume these are ship systems. I guess we'll find out what they do later on. So, navigation. Alright, where am I? Oh, undock maybe? Z? Alright. Alright, our destination isn't far from here. Just undock from the station by pressing Z, and we can be on our way. How do I find the thing? Alright, it's not going to tell me yet. Undock. Still don't know where I am. Hello? Oh, there I am. Alright, so it looks like I don't have reverse thrusters, so I have to be careful. Ooh! This thing turns very fast. But if I... Alright, I think I kind of figured out how the left mouse button steering works, and probably a little bit more precise when we have such sensitive steering. I'm going to assume that I'm supposed to go towards this green number here. Let's speed up. mean, so far, you know, I'm kind of liking the game. It obviously has some rough edges. I think the team, from what I read, is a bit on the small side. I think it is 3 people, if I remember correctly. And I mentioned it. This game is in early access, I believe. From what I read, they're saying that the game's probably more than a year out before it's going to be finished. So keep that in mind if you're interested in it. Okay, now let's see what state this thing is in. Do you think you can dock with it? Alright, I can if you run me through the basics. Sure, first you will need to toggle docking mode on by clicking the UI element or using the left shift key. Alright, I don't see the UI element yet, but left shift we'll just keep in mind. You will see 3 green dots representing the location of each docking port. Just line up the ports, and when you are close enough, press left shift. Alright, that sounds easy enough. Also, don't forget that you can hold left mouse button to move the ship sideways. Of course I do. Alright, so right, hold mouse button 1 to approach sideways. Simple. So whoa, we're going way too fast. So this is kind of like, asteroids in that you have to, well, it looks like we're slowing down naturally, actually. So let's just try that out. We hold down the left mouse button, like so. And then hit that. Okay, we do move sideways. It was hard to tell with that other ship because it moves so slowly. Alright, I don't see the... Alright, so there's the docking points. So, we'll just line up and move over to the left. Well, this docking procedure is pretty cool. I actually like this very much. I don't have rear thrusters, so I'm going to have to be gentle here. Kind of ease it in. So, left shift again. No, I have to wait until it's green, right? Is that what it said? Okay, dock X. Okay, it looks like that worked. So if we hit F, come out, and we just go through the airlock, go on to the other ship. Perfect. Oh, wow, this thing is a hunk of, hey, good news. We should have no issue adapting this technology because it's perfectly compatible with our own station's database. Hell does that mean? Nothing. No, this ship is just going to fit right in with our totally empty database. Can't wait until you bring it back and salvage it. You don't have any... Alright, let's just see what all these choices are. Alright. Not sure that's how databases work. Now, the human lectures the computer on how databases work. Okay, care to elaborate on what makes a ship fit in with our database? I'm sorry. No, I would not. I can't prove it, but I'm about 80% sure you're wasting my time here. Great, so we agree you'll stop worrying about it and complete the mission. Now, to the next point on our agenda. The ship is wrecked. You sure know how to pick them. It looks like the crew all died as a result of the main reactor losing containment. Should be fairly easy to repair. Any things in particular? There's probably a repair device of some sort in the main cargo hold. Grab it and start repairing things until the ship works again. Equip repair gadget, click on broken stuff. Got it. Alright, so we need to find the cargo bay, which is probably this thing. This is not that much bigger than the shuttle. Alright, so we need repair tool. And a fire extinguisher. I'm just going to take that preemptively. Alright, maybe we put it there. Okay. I don't know what these slots are for yet. Alright. And then we need to repair the ship. Well, how do I repair? Do I click on that? And then, what do I do? Oh, okay. You just left click on the thing that looks like it's broken, which is this thing. So far, so good. It looks like we can see some systems powering up as that happens. Now, this is a big element of the mechanics of the game that I saw, in that there is actual specific destruction on a ship. So here we just have the reactor destroyed, but from what I've seen, you can actually have your ship getting sawed in half, or, like, for instance, the right side of it getting burned up in combat. And having to deal with the results of that. I'm not sure if it's finished or not. I guess that's how we know it stops sending the blue stuff over. If we click on that, that sends a pistol back into our equip slot, or we hit 1, 2, 3. Okay, simple enough. All right, now that we have it repaired, I guess we go to the navigation console. And I guess we can fly around with that thing docked to us. Not 100% sure of that. I don't want to waste A1 steak sauce. We just built it. Now, this is not nearly as maneuverable. It also has this weird arc. I wonder if that's the weapons. We don't yet know how to use weapons, so... Okay, it's not letting me move, so I probably have to undock. Oop. And then we want to move away. Oh. The ship is not... Crap. Alright. So the ship's not fully repaired, that's why. I guess there's more things damaged. So we want 1... What else is damaged? These? These? Ah! I see the power isn't quite... Ah, there we go. I see the power line here, but it's not quite going up all the way, and I'm wondering, what do I need to do to fix that? Hey, I fixed the reactor, right? Alright. Just kind of clicking around until I find stuff that's broken. I'm just... kind of hard to tell. Navigation broken? A little bit. Alright, let's see if we can get things to work now, because I've pretty much clicked on about everything on the ship. Oh. Oh. There we go. Maybe that was what was causing it not to have thrust. I mean, I don't yet know how the ship systems work in the game, but it looks like, from what I can tell, you have these conduits which route power, and it looks like whatever object is in between the thrusters here were damaged, which is probably why power is not going to the engines as they're supposed to. Alright, looks like I've fixed everything else that I can see. The airlock was a little damaged. Alright, let's try now. There it goes. Now, whether or not we can move with us docked like this, I don't know. But seems to be working. We can zoom out and zoom in. Just kind of moving at a snail's pace. And again, that's because maybe we need to undock. Let's just try that. We'll undock. And we'll move away. Let's see how... There we go. A lot faster. So we just couldn't haul that heavy shuttle. We just lost A1 steak sauce. Alright. But I think I'm kind of getting a feel for the mechanics here. And... Ooh. I don't know if I have rear thrust in this one either, so... Gotta be careful. Alright, so we want to go into docking mode. There's our dock. Kind of hard to see, like, would I collide into the base or not? So we have a couple different choices here. Let's try and connect to this one over here. To do that, kind of float over and then come into contact. But the docking is definitely cool how it works. There we go, we're docked. And then get out of the ship. And I think I'm going to put a cut in the video here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I'm very intrigued with this game so far. I mean, again, it's early access. It's got some rough edges, but it's definitely got some interesting concepts in play here, especially with the way the ship systems look and work. I really like, this is probably the main thing that really drew me into this game, is this element here, this view that we've got, the actual ship itself. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.